アルフィータイム It's アルフィータイムやったーやったー
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Hello and welcome to the Decent Wrestling Show, and welcome to yet another retro review. This time we're taking a look at Vengeance 2005. Let's get straight into the show. We open with an Intercontinental Championship match as Carlito takes on Shelton Benjamin. Carlito is your new Intercontinental Champion since being moved over to Monday Night Raw, and Shelton Benjamin wants the title back. Benjamin does very well early on. Carlito gets a back elbow in the corner to get him back in, but Shelton's athleticism sends Carlito to the outside. He tries to leave, but Shelton stops him and brings him back to the ring. Shelton then with a huge jump to the top rope and a lariat from the top rope, but only gets a 2 count on a slow pin. Carlito with some strikes from the corner to finally take control. He kicks Shelton out of the ring. 3 scoop slams follow. Shelton then fights out of a chin lock and hits a nice back elbow. Samoan drop as Shelton finally fires up and makes his comeback, including a big back body drop to noticeable boos actually. A backbreaker for a 2 count. Shelton hits a springboard bulldog for a solid near fall. Carlito awkwardly undoes the top rope buckle. We then get an odd back suplex for a 2 count as this match is failing. Shelton Benjamin with his feigning heel kick. He goes for a stinger splash, but Shelton goes into the exposed buckle for Carlito to win. This was a lackluster opener, to be honest. It was awkward at times and just really didn't flow well. The ending was executed quite poorly, and it was just a weak opening match. It wasn't bad, it was just okay. 2.5 stars. Victoria took on Hemi next. Victoria attacked Hemi after a very nice bikini contest. Hemi's acting is quite poor, but Victoria's is good though. She hit Hemi with the glass to set up this one. Victoria, sporting a cool black attire. Hemi wastes no time as she is pissed, so no dancing around, she just goes straight to the ring. So that was quite a good, nice little change there. Hemi makes a mistake by chasing Victoria around the ring and allowing Victoria to kick her when she gets back in. She does get a Fez press and slams Victoria into the buckle. However, she then gets hot-shotted. Victoria shows some nice aggression. She dual choke slams Hemi for a 2 count. Hemi fights out of a chin lock and gets back elbowed in quite a bad looking spot. Victoria goes for Widow's Peak, but it's awkwardly countered. Victoria goes for a moonsault but misses, and Hemi throws Victoria around to boos. DDT by Hemi for 2. Victoria sits on Hemi in the corner and holds on to the ropes to pick up the victory. Yeah, this was not it. Hemi was exposed for being crap here, and we had a bad finish as well. The crowd did not care, and nor did I. The DDT was nice, and there was some good aggression that was shown, but that was about it. 3/4 of a star. John Cena cuts a promo backstage calling Todd Pissum. Really solid stuff though, showing he really cares about the title and for the prestige rather than the fame or selling records. Cena was already showing he could rock the mic here. Really great fire, and if you're watching the Vengeance 2005 after this or before this, after this, why would if you've already seen it? It wouldn't matter, so I don't know why I said before, but okay. But if you're going to watch Vengeance 2005 and you usually skip the backstage stuff, I would check out this Cena promo because it's very good. Next match is Kane taking on Edge. There was an infamous segment with the wedding between Edge and Lita, with Lita's wedding dress which hung very low. A great wedding dress. And Kane tombstoning a priest. So there's a lot of heat going into this one between Kane and Edge. Kane starts like a house on fire, no pun intended. Punches in the corner and an uppercut. Kane is dominating as the crowd wants Matt Hardy. Edge gets sent flying off the apron for a running right hand. From a running right hand, sorry. Lita helps Edge push Kane into the ring post, and then we get a spear on the outside. Kane gets back in at 9 but gets baseball kicked back out for Edge now taking control. Spears in the corner, but a punches piss Kane off. Kane with rights of his own, and he goes for a slam but gets hit with the Edge-O-Matic. Kane sits up but is drop kicked down and sits up again. Kane then hits his comeback and hits a catching uppercut, snake eyes, and a clothesline for a 2 count. Sidewalk slam, and then the top rope clothesline is countered with a drop kick. Edge wants the spear but gets a big boot instead. Kane now wants a choke slam, but Snitsky and Lita interrupt. Lita has a chair but drops it and tries to seduce Kane. It does not work. Kane chokes Lita, but no slam to booze. He gets the chair and wants to break Lita's neck. Yep. Snitsky, however, saves the day with a big boot. Then Edge goes for a pin, but for a great near fall. The execution is reversed. Snitsky gets caught from the top rope. Edge hits him with a briefcase by accident, so poor Snitsky. And then Kane hits a chokeslam on Edge for the 3 count. The finish was a little bit overbooked, but the second half of this match was pretty good. There was decent stuff here. I quite enjoyed the second half of this match, so I give it 3.25 stars. If it had a better finish, it might have been a higher rating. HBK cuts a promo backstage. He guarantees vengeance will be his. Standard promo. So up next, the rematch. Kurt Angle takes on Shawn Michaels, a rematch from WrestleMania. Mat wrestling to begin, of course. Very much back and forth stuff. Shawn with some nice chops, but neither can take advantage. Angle wants the ankle lock early, but gets a single leg Boston Crab. However, Shawn is quickly to the ropes. Sunset flip from Shawn Michaels, but he then gets caught in the ankle lock. He rolls out and clotheslines Angle over the top rope. More Shawn chops, but Angle goes for a ring post angle slam like at WrestleMania, but fails this time. He does, however, hit a German suplex on the apron, on the announce table instead, not the apron. That would have been brutal. Neck breaker from Kurt Angle as he takes control. Hard uppercuts in the corner. Shawn tries to fight back, but gets buckle bombed for his troubles, and then a 2 count. Suplex again for a 2 count. Shawn misses a corner charge and gets German suplex for a 2 count. Angle slam, but Shawn reverses an arm drag, but then gets clotheslined by Kurt Angle. Good stuff here. Good back and forth. To the top rope does Shawn Michaels, but gets caught with a belly-to-belly suplex for a 2 count. Shawn Michaels with a back suplex to get out of a chin lock, but then get a slugfest before Shawn hits his usual forearm and kip up, and then the elbow drop. The band gets tuned up, but Shawn gets clotheslined for a near fall. The Angle slam is reversed to a DDT for a very close 2.9. Shawn Michaels' suplex is countered to a German suplex by Kurt Angle. Shawn Michaels misses a clothesline and gets hit with an Angle slam, but it does not finish the match. A terrific close fall. Ankle lock nearly, but Angle gets rolled up for a 2 count. A nice move to the ankle lock, but Shawn Michaels kicks out of it, hitting into the ref in the process. Shawn Michaels gets sent over the top rope, and the straps are down. Sweet Chin Music is ducked to an ankle lock as the ref returns. Angle gets spun but holds on twice. Third time lucky though from Shawn Michaels as he throws Angle into the ring post. Sweet Chin Music out of nowhere for a 2.9 count. Angle then gets caught off the top rope with a Sweet Chin Music for the 3. Not the same vibe as the WrestleMania match, but still brilliant stuff here. These two rule, and there were some nice callbacks to WrestleMania, and Shawn gets his win back, setting up the 3rd match on Monday Night Raw a few months later. Definitely worth a watch. 4.5 stars. There's a Batista promo. He says Triple H will have to kill him to get the title. There's a nice line in here. We're going to hell, but I'm the only one walking out, as Triple H arrives and a mini brawl is broken up. Lillian Garcia brings out Viscera to the ring. They've been having sort of a relationship. He's in full-on love machine mode at this time now. So he's definitely full on the Viscera, the world's largest love machine gimmick. Lillian gushes about Viscera and wants to sing a song for him. Viscera is on a couch with mood lighting as Lillian sings for him. She has a brilliant voice, to be fair. Lillian then proposes to Viscera, but before he can give an answer, the Godfather returns with the hoe train, and his hoes are hot. Godfather persuades Viscera to not get married. He gives him a choice: Lillian or the hose. Viscera chooses the hose, of course, and then they dance and walk away as Lillian's in the ring crying. And my rating for this segment is the hose looked fine as hell. Back to the wrestling. The WWE Championship is on the line as John Cena defends against Chris Jericho and Christian. Jericho slaps Cena and he and Christian take turns attacking Cena. The two egos can't be contained though, and they begin fighting with each other. Tyson Tomko, who is with Christian, takes out Jericho on the barricade. Cena with a big hip toss on Christian. Tomko takes out Cena with a punch but gets thrown out by the referee. Christian is sad. Cena takes over and FUs Christian to the outside but gets hit on an elbow from the top rope from Jericho. Jericho chops Cena up but gets a boot to the face for his troubles. Jericho reverses an Irish whip to hit a bulldog. We then get a brawl on the outside. He tries a suplex on the announce table but gets DDT'd onto the championship belt. Christian now takes over Cena. He mocks Cena and that gets Cena all fired up and he hits his usual stuff, including the 5-knuckle shuffle, but Jericho throws Cena out and into the steps. Christian with a baseball slide into Chris Jericho. We then get some Christian versus Chris Jericho action. We then get the usual triple threat Tower of Doom, this time from John Cena. He then destroys everyone and hits a double 5-knuckle shuffle. We then get a bunch of roll-ups from all three men, and then we get a triple down spot. Christian gets rammed into Jericho's balls for a 2 count. The FU is reversed to a reverse DDT from Christian for a 2.9, good near fall there. Christian distracts the ref as Tyson Tomko clotheslines Cena, but again still no 3 count. Christian then throws a temper tantrum. Backdropped over the top rope by Chris Jericho. The walls of Jericho on John Cena, but he has to let go to triangle dropkick Christian back out of the ring. He gets the walls again, but Christian rolls up Jericho from it for a 2.9. Christian then goes for the unprettier but gets pushed into the FU for a 3 count. As when Cena picks him up, he spins Christian into Jericho, knocking Jericho out and then pinning Christian. This was a great 3-way match with a solid finishing sequence. All three got a spotlight and it made sense. Good stuff all around, but nothing overly spectacular. Your standard great wrestling match, 3 3/4. Main event time. The World Heavyweight Championship is on the line as the finale of the trilogy between Batista and Triple H takes place inside Hell in a Cell. Now I'm going to say before the match, go and check this match out. And then come back to the review. So, after some punches, Batista takes control. He slams Triple H into the cage multiple times. Triple H finally rams Batista's shoulder first into the ring post. Batista gets hit off the apron into the cage. Some more whips into the cell and a clothesline. Then Triple H brings out a chain. He whips Batista with the chain. Ouch. He then chokes him with it. Batista manages to get out and now he has the chain and whips Triple H, and Triple H is selling big time for Batista. Spinebusters into the ring post in the cell from Batista, and then Triple H gets busted open on the cell. Triple H comes back with his beautiful looking spine buster, and then he gets a barbed wire wrapped chair. He hits it on the spine of Batista. Good God almighty. Batista manages to kick Triple H but gets a face buster, but then he hits a clothesline, and now Batista has the chair, and he hits the head of Triple H with the barbed wire chair. Great selling from Triple H. He then rakes Triple H's face with it, and then Triple H gets rammed into the cell like a lawn dart, and he takes the flare bump. Batista misses a corner spear. Triple H goes for a pedigree onto the chair, but it's reversed to a back body drop. Power slam onto that chair from Batista. Batista doesn't want to finish it though. He then takes too much time with the chain and gets DDT'd onto the chair, and now Batista is busted open. One fan chants boring, as he hates good wrestling apparently. Triple H rakes Batista's head on the cell. Triple H then gets his trusty sledgehammer. Batista manages to block, however, and we get a slugfest. Batista bomb is attempted but reversed. A hammer to the head of Batista, but not a 3 count, only a 2.9. Batista comes back with a low blow. Batista now has the hammer, but he runs at Triple H, but Triple H with a chain to the head. 1, 2, no! A kick out from Batista. Triple H to the second rope with the chain wrapped in his hand, but Batista gets the hammer up, and the perfect sell from Triple H here. He spits out the blood in his mouth and then takes like a slow face bump. Beautiful stuff. Triple H with spaghetti legs now as Batista throws hands. Triple H takes his usual corner bump. I knew we had to see that at some point. Batista then hits Triple H with steps to the head. He then slams Triple H's head to them and whips him into the ring corner into the steps. Shake of the ropes, thumbs down. Batista bomb is attempted, but Triple H with a last resort low blow, and then hits the pedigree and the perfect kick out. Brilliant moment here, because in the second match the pedigree couldn't be hit, and Triple H said all he needed is the pedigree. If he hits that, it's over. And so it was beautifully done, the kick out here. Triple H goes for the pedigree onto the steps, but gets spine busted onto the steps. Batista bomb is attempted. Triple H is holding a hammer up to try and hit Batista with it, but he can't hit Batista, and a Batista bomb is successfully hit for the 3 count. Fucking perfect ending to this trilogy. What a war. Triple H made Batista look like $1 million. He sold like a madman for him. The pedigree kick out was pitch perfect, as it had been built for the entire feud. We got some nasty stuff with stairs, chains, hammers, a chair, a barbed wire chair, and of course the cell itself. Terrific ending to a terrific feud. Definitely go watch this match. So overall, Vengeance 2005 I would say was an entertaining show. The pros for me were the Hoes, Cena, Chris Jericho and Christians, great match. Angle and Shawn Michaels, the rematch, which was brilliant. And then, of course, Triple H and Batista main event, which was almost perfect. There was some cons though. Hemi and Victoria was quite terrible, but luckily it was short. The opening match between Carlito and Shelton Benjamin was quite poor as well. So I would say the first 2 matches were quite poor, but after that the show got much better. However, the crowd did kind of suck as well. But overall, I really enjoyed this show. Thank you for listening to the Decent Wrestling Show. Make sure to like, comment, share and subscribe, all that good stuff. And take care. Yeah!